Hey there, rulers, DMO73 here. It's time to bring you the list for Astema Asmodeus. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
This session brought to you by Odyssey Games for pre-orders and sealed product, CCG Prime for tons of singles and supplies, Cardo Doko for international rulers looking for product, and FoulLibrary.com for articles and wonderful deck lists,
as well as our guest lecturer members Vite Ramen, King Pearlshine, and Mognite.
Class is in session.
So this is the list, and y'all who know me know that I absolutely love playing Astema Kill Everything, the grind deck. I played it in Belial, or I played it with Belial, I played it with Carlina, and now we're playing it with Asmodeus. This is just a super fun list. I really enjoy it. Huge shout outs to the guys over at the Seven Kings of the Land, this team over in Spain, for kind of creating this idea. It is very, very cool, and I like it a lot. So let's go ahead and jump right in. There's a couple of changes to the deck since we saw it played, namely in the fact that you'll see that we now have Metal Shield Solid in here, so we actually have something to search off of the rare metal. Just something to note. As a reminder, with Astema, as either side of her, you cannot lose the game, or you cannot win the game, and your opponent cannot lose the game while this is on field or existing, so you have to find a way to turn that off. And Asmodeus is there to be able to kind of help us make things bigger with his God's Art, as well as being able to make use of things like the Cradle of Fire, to be able to burn the board, which is just a very nice card. Going into the deck, we're playing 4 rare metals. One thing to note about the rare metal that I didn't do in the feature match is that if you're searching off of rare metal, its main purpose really is to search off rare metal so that you can just cast Flames of the Outer World from the deck, because you can cast this card while you're searching. So that's just an important note that I didn't make use of during the feature match, and it is a trick that you can use in this deck, which is very cool. 2 copies of Fiola, 3 Lorites, 2 Windias, 3 Witch of the Fallen Kingdoms, 4 of the Ancient Weapon Fragment, a really nice pressure source, as well as being able to continually refill your hand even if you can't burn stuff with Astema, or you can't get stuff killed, because you can just mill a dragon, burn your opponent for 7 and draw a card, or like Metal Helix, and I think it specifically has to be a card with Metal Lifeform. So you're just going to send either itself to draw a card and burn your opponent for 6, or send a Metal Lifeform Dragon, burn your opponent for 7 and draw a card. You can send a rare metal. Like, that's another search option that also lets you get access to Satan, to Flame of the Outer World. 4 copies of Dragon, so that we have the most access to be able to support rare Ancient Weapon Fragment, and then a lot of just like spot removal kill stuff package, which is like 4 Gradius, 2 Mermaid Parasol, 4 Ferris Spell, 2 Flash from Behind, because of the -7 is really nice. Couple copies of Battle Comes to an End, because sometimes you'll just have enough will and you'll cast this and it will resolve, and so you just get to kind of cripple your opponent's deck if you name the right card. Divine Lightning is a new addition to this deck, because of the fact that it can have a way to, 1, stop contracting, which is nice, but also 2, can turn off your Astema once she's on the ruler side. So even if you haven't flipped Astema over, you can turn her off and win the game, which is very nice. 3 copies of Inferno, 4 copies of Metal Helix, just for some board clear, some consistency pieces. It's very, very nice. Those 3 copies of Flames of the Outer World, 4 Cradles, 4 Light of Megiddo, or 3 Light of Megiddos, and then again the new addition being the 3 Metal Shield Solid. You could probably bump this Metal Shield Solid down to like 2, and then bump up like Light of Megiddo or Flash from Behind or something, just like your personal preferences based on that. Stone base wise, we're playing 4 Moonshade, and then 1 each of these other 5 stones. I'm not entirely sure why we're playing all these other stones. If we're not going to play Institute, that would be maybe why you change, maybe replace a couple of these Metal Shield Solids with Magic Stone Research Institute to make use of having so many different stones. Just an idea, but that's for you to kind of play around with. For what you think feels best for what you're playing. Another thing to note is that I didn't do this a lot in the feature match, but against like heavy control decks, cancel control decks, like flipping Astema early is honestly really, really good. Even if it doesn't have something to kill, you just generate so much value off of it later, because there's not a lot of great spot removal in those kinds of decks to be able to answer an Astema, and so you can get a lot of value that way. So just something for you to know. I know that other people have been tooling around with Astema Asmodeus, so I'd be curious to see kind of what changes you've made to your list if you're trying this out. But let us know in the comment sections down below. You can also find a link to this deck list in the description down below. And until next time, this is DMO73 saying, class dismissed.